Hey everyone, it's Cece with One Green Pea. Today, I want to take you on a tour of one of the greenest rooms in my house, my yoga room. About 6 months ago, I did a plant tour of this room, and I thought it was time for an update. I've gotten some new plants, I've killed a few, and there's been a lot of new growth that I want to share with you. So let's do this. Starting here in this corner is obviously a fiddle leaf fig, Ficus lobata. And this guy is at least doubled in size in the year and a half that I have had him. He loves the light. That is an east-facing bank of windows over there. And frankly, I'm afraid to move him because he's doing so well. Next to him is a Ficus benjamina. And again, this plant is doing really well. There's a ton of new growth on her. Lots of light green leaves and even little leaf starts. I'll bring you in closer for a picture of that. And then down here on the floor is a newer plant. I got this as cuttings. And it's a pothos, right? And I have lots of pothos, but I really liked this one because these leaves are giant. Most of the pothos I have, the leaves are a lot smaller. So I thought that was kind of fun. Up on the wall are two staghorn ferns that I mounted, and I did a video on that. I can link that here. I think they're really cool looking. To be honest, they're kind of a pain because you have to take them down and water them heavily, and it's so dry here that I have to do it at least once a week. But I do have a spray bottle right here, and so every single day I mist them, and they seem to like it. They're still alive, so there you have it. Over here in this corner, I have my Monstera adansonii. Now, I have done a whole video on this plant already, but he's a newer plant to me. He's putting off new growth, seems to be really happy. I only have him temporarily in this corner. When we get around the room, I'll show you where I'm going to be hanging him. In this set of hanging pots, I have filled them with string of pearls and string of bananas. They're very prolific, seem to be doing very well. I continually trim off from the growth down below and keep filling the ones at the top that don't get quite as much light. But I think it's a really good choice for these pots that don't have drainage. Okay, onto my east windowsills, which has also sort of become begonia haven. Starting down here though, however, let's start with the Chaflora, which is loving this location. I'm starting to pick up some variegation on some of these leaves, which I think maybe because of the light that it's getting, not sure, but I like it. This guy is my strawberry begonia, and I adore it. It started as a 2-inch plant, and it's just growing like mad. And I want to show you guys the underside of these leaves. This is why it's called the strawberry begonia. How cute is that? This Rex begonia started as a cutting from a dear friend of mine who has been very generous from her garden, giving me cuttings. Now, this particular one, I don't know the variety, but I love it. It's gorgeous, red underside and sort of like a silvery purple on the tops of the leaves. And let me show you this one all the way down here. Another one from my friend Peg, which is similarly red on the underside, but is more green and silver. There are hundreds of varieties of Rex begonias, and oh my gosh, I love so many of them. Here in this middle window are my beautiful Begonia maculata polka dot plants. I bought all of these, I like to say I rescued them, from my local grocery store, and they were just teeny little plants, 4-inch pots, and they needed some rehab, needed some trimming of leaves and so on, and repotting. And since that time, I mean, they've all probably tripled in size. So that's kind of exciting. Okay, I'm tucked way back in the corner to show you that this is where I'm going to hang my Monstera adansonii. And the one plant I haven't shown you yet that is in the windowsills is this adorable Philodendron Brazil. So cute. I started this as a teeny tiny cutting, and it's adorable. Love it. All the way back here in the back window is a jade plant that I'm in love with jade plants. I've talked about that before. And then this cute peperomia. And I took this as a cutting from one of my own plants, and I tried it out in leca, and it's been crazy successful. And so that's just kind of a fun experiment. I'll talk more about leca later. I keep promising a video, and I will make one. I almost forgot about two plants. This one is up there in the windowsill, and it is a peperomia caparata. And this guy is obviously a snake plant, Dracaena trifasciata laurentii. And he seems to really like it back here behind the bike. Yeah, it gets just the right amount of light and new growth. And so to me, that signals a happy plant. As you can see, I have a whole lineup of plants on the floor here beneath and in front of the south-facing window. Leading off is this big plant, which is just, I like to say, garden variety Dracaena. I don't know the specific variety, but he's just kind of a cool, jungly vibe looking plant, and I like him. Okay, this is another ficus. This one is the Ficus elastica rubber tree plant, and interesting story, he's now putting off a ton of new growth. I think I counted 5 new leaves coming right now, and he's had at least that many in the last, I would say, week to 2 weeks. He was over on the other side of the room with his other ficus friends and started dropping leaves, yellow leaves, dropping leaves, and I got a little nervous, and I thought maybe he wasn't getting enough light. So I moved him over here in front of this window, and bam, that was the answer. So much happier. The yellow leaves have dropped off, and new leaves are coming in its place. Okay, aloe plant, yucca cane. This one's kind of fun, and I have to say, I didn't love it when I got it. It was a gift, and I was like, well, it's interesting. And it is grown and grown on me. It's just kind of cool and really quite different from all the other plants I have. So I'm here for it. Okay, more floor plants. This one is another jade plant, and he's so fun and cool and kind of snaky, and he doesn't like it when I touch him. He drops his leaves, so I try not to touch him. This is a Dracaena. Again, I don't know the variety, and I think it's because I don't really love it. I rescued it from my parents, and it's cool, and it's a plant, and it's alive. Jungle Boogie Philodendron. Oh my gosh, this guy's so much fun. These leaves are just amazing. They're really cool. I love philodendrons, and he's just one of the coolest. Back here behind me is another philodendron, and this one is a black cardinal. I got this one at Trader Joe's, so it was really inexpensive, but look at these gigantic leaves, and they kind of have a darkish hue to them. I think it kind of looks like a rhubarb plant. All right, this baby I've talked about a lot. I would hug her if I could. Pilea peperomioides. She has at least doubled in size since I've gotten her, and is putting off babies like crazy. I am constantly cutting off her little babies and putting them up and giving them to people. Okay, if that's Begoniaville over there, this is Hoya Haven. But first, 2 plants, aloe plant and another jade plant. Yes, if you're counting, that's 3 in this room. But I really want you to see my Hoyas. So I'm gonna bring you in closer. Okay, let's start here with this little guy. This is my Hoya shepherdii, and you could see the leaves kind of look like green beans, so they call it the green bean plant. But it also puts off these long vines, and the vines like to twirl around and find something to cling to. And this vine is so cute. It's tucked in there on the jade plant. Coming over here on the other side, this is a Hoya pubicalyx. You can see the little dots on these leaves. And I have had so much fun watching this vine grow. It is crazy long. I gave it something to trail up, but it actually prefers the jade plant. I don't know if you can see it, but it's twirled around, right around here and going up again. So who knows how long this guy's gonna get? Over here hanging in the corner is my Hoya carnosa Crimson Queen, and she is just beautiful. She has this creamy variegation and these long beautiful vines, and there, my friends, is a peduncle. So I think I might get a bloom. I check every single day. Okay, the final corner of plants. This one here is an Anthurium. I love the big glossy leaves. He's really pretty. He's my first Anthurium, and so I'm just learning how to take care of them. One thing I've learned is they do not like direct light. I had him in another place who was getting a lot of direct sunlight, and some of the leaves burned and it cut them off. I need to trim this one off as well. But since I've moved him, he's putting out new growth, and that makes me happy. He loves being tucked in over here underneath his big brother, the bird of paradise. This plant is so exciting because it's just giant and putting off new leaves. I've got a couple of new leaves, and the new leaves are bigger than the old leaves. They're just absolutely giant. And there's a new one coming right there. I don't know. He might just grow us out of this room. Over here is my ZZ plant, and he has given me 3 new stalks in the last couple of weeks. And so that's really pretty. I love how he's spilling over and just really happy in this corner, just getting indirect light far away from the windows, but he's happy. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you made it all the way to the end, you deserve a prize and my gratitude, and I'm always grateful for you. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below on what your favorite plant is in my yoga room collection, or maybe if you have one of these plants as well. Of course, any questions, I love answering your questions. And if you're not subscribed, you just stumbled upon my video, please hit that subscribe button so we can grow our plant community. As always, my plant friends, let's keep growing together a greener world.